Infection is something that affects us all and can be contracted from many things around us, whether it's a common cold, catarrh, or something more serious. But the question is, how do they actually get into the body system in the first place? And once they find their way into the body, what can we do to stop them? Okay. These and many other queries we are going to deal with in the course of our discussion today. I remain your regular host, Oludaisi Olukayode from the Creative Arts Center. On our Head Talk today, I'll be explaining everything you need to know about this subject matter in a very simple term. And please, I beg you, please ensure you stick with me to the end of this video as we explore the different ways infection can spread into the body and what you can do if infection enter your body, what you can do to protect yourself. An infection occurs when microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, or parasites invade and multiplies in the body. Or we can simply say infection refers to an invasion of the body by harmful microorganisms or parasites. All right. Having known what infection simply means, let us look at how infection can be contracted by humans. There are several major routes through which harmful bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens can make their way inside your body. Okay? The first route we are going to consider today is the respiratory tract or the airways route. And this route is one of the most common routes of infection. A very good example of this type of infection are the common colds, catarrh, COVID-19 virus, and other respiratory diseases. Okay, so it happens that whenever an infected person coughs, or maybe the person sneezes, or even talks, when the person is talking, some of the tiny droplets carrying the pathogen or disease are released into the air. These droplets can travel through the air and land either on the uninfected person's nose or their mouth or the lungs of an uninfected person. Just like that, the infection begins to spread and multiply in the body of the new host. The new host is the uninfected person. Let us look at the preventive measure to guard yourself against the contraction of this respiratory tract infection. Firstly, ensure that you wear a mask in a crowded places, especially when you are a non-immunocompromised person. When your immune system has been compromised, always wear mask in a crowded place. Also, maintain good hand hygiene and avoid close contact with people who are sick because contact with sick people might increase your chances of getting infected. The more closer you are to sick people or infected people, the higher the risk of you getting infected too. Secondly, we have the digestive tract or oral route of contracting infection. This route include anything that enters the body through the mouth or the vocal cavity, such as food and water. Microorganisms or pathogens can contaminate your food and water, which can cause serious infection like food poisoning or other very deadly infections. An example of this microorganism is Salmonella species, which can be found in raw or uncooked food, uncooked meat, just like the chicken meat. We have some person that indulge in eating raw or cooked meat. It's not good. Another example is E. coli, which can be found in contaminated water. So the preventive measure to prevent digestive tract or oral route of infection is by maintaining personal hygiene through regular washing of hands before eating and ensure to drink water. Then make sure your food is properly cooked. Some people do not some people do not cook their food properly or they eat uncooked meat, just like I said earlier. Please stop doing this if you're indulging in these practice. Also, be cautious when eating outside or when buying food from places with questionable hygiene practices. Okay? And the third one we'll be looking at is the skin and mucous membrane route of contracting infection. Infection can enter the body through cuts and breakages on the surface of the skin. or through the mucous membrane, such as the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Meaning it is possible to get infected by merely touching your faces. Merely touching your face with dirty hands. For example, the Staphylococcus bacteria, which can cause skin infection, can enter the body through cuts or open wounds. Here are the preventive measures you can take to protect yourself. Firstly, keep your skin clean and protected. Don't touch your face with dirty hands. And if you have a cut on your skin, clean it thoroughly and cover it with gauze, plaster, or bandage. You may also want to consider using hand sanitizer if soap and water are not available. Understand? Okay. So the fourth one we'll be looking at is the genital tract. This root has to do with the genital organs, that is the vagina in females and the penis in male. Infection can be passed between people through copulation or sexual contact. Example of these infections include sexually transmitted infection, otherwise known as STIs. Example of this type of infection are hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, gonorrhea, and HIV. Okay, so the preventive measure for sexually transmitted disease is by using protection, protection such as condoms during sexual activity, and this is one of the most effective way to prevent this kind of infections. But ensure to go for regular sexually transmitted infection screening or tests if you are a sexually active person. Okay. The last route we will be looking at today is bloodstream route of infection. The bloodstream route of infection. Infection can also enter through the bloodstream, and this can happen through sharing of needles or through medical procedures where sterile techniques are not properly followed. An example of this type of infection are blood-borne viruses, such as hepatitis B, hepatitis C, syphilis, and HIV. Okay? Here are the preventive measures for blood-borne viruses. Number one, do not share needle or sharp objects with people and ensure to make use of sterile equipment when undergoing a medical procedure. Understand? Don't share any sharp objects. Okay? So now that we have understand the main root of infection, let's talk about some of other general preventive measures to help protect yourself from germs and pathogens. Okay, so the first one we'll be looking at, other measures we'll be looking at now is hand hygiene or hand washing. Hand washing is one of the most basic but powerful ways of preventing the spread of infection. Wash your hands regularly, especially after using the toilets, before eating, and after touching surfaces. Public surfaces such as the door handle, and the door knobs. Okay. So, secondly, let's consider vaccination. Vaccine play a very critical role in preventing many serious infections, such as hepatitis B vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine, and other vaccines available. Vaccine can help to protect your body from harmful pathogens before they can even make you sick. Okay, so make sure you are up to date on your vaccinations. All right, then the third one we'll be looking at is healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyles. Okay, so maintaining a healthy lifestyle can boost your immune system and make it easier for your body to fight off infection. So uh try as much as possible to get enough sleep for yourself. Always eat a balanced diet, stay active, and practice effective stress management. Okay, so the fourth one we'll also be looking at are the other measures you can take. Avoid close contact. If someone around you is sick, try to limit your exposure. Stay at home if possible. If you're feeling ill, and
keep a safe social distance from others whenever you are not feeling well. Okay?
So before we continue, please ensure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you as we are doing this for us. We love you. Thank you very much. All right, so let's continue. And lastly, on the measures we can take to prevent infection, uh, is through surface disinfection. Okay, surface around us can harbor germs and many harmful infections. So always clean commonly touched surface like your phone, the doorknobs, your tabletop with disinfectant wipes regularly. Okay, remember staying informed and practicing good hygiene are just the best way to protect yourself and those around you. So wash your hands, get vaccinated, and stay mindful of the way infections spread. Okay? All right. That is all I have for you regarding the roots of infection in the human body and the preventive measures you can take to stay healthy. Thank you so much for staying to this very moment in today's episode of our Health Matters. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, I'll be bringing you another fresh episode. I am Oludaisi Olukayabe from the Creative Hub Center. Bye bye. See you next time.